what was the most profound thing to them this weekend. And I am just going to get to it. And I've got some things at the end that I'm going to talk about and kind of wrap it up. But I want them to say what they want to say first, and then we'll get to the end of it. So all of our sister teams, welcome. We're so glad that you're here. And Christina, I love you. Hope you get feeling better soon. And my team, I love y'all so much and welcome. And we're just going to start, and I'm just going to go across as I see you on my page. So this is random order, no particular order. But each one of them we've talked about what each one of them want to share, and we're just going to take 2 to 3 minutes for them to share what their takeaways were. So I'm going to start with Jenny Lowry. She is a director on my team, and I love her. And if you can just unmute yourself. And then I'm just, after Jenny is Dawn Abbott. So just get ready, Dawn. After her, just go right ahead. And I'm just going to mute out and just, Jenny, you just take it away.
Hey, everybody. If you could not make it this weekend, wow, you need to plan on being there in Las Vegas in April. It really, Melissa tells us all the time, if you miss an event like this, you really miss out on so much more than just an event. Beth and Nikita and I talked all the way home yesterday because we drove, and we talked about so many different things and what it meant to each of us. And one of the biggest things, my biggest takeaways, was talking about what's behind your hard, what's after your hard. So many people talked about, it's hard, and there's a lot of things in life that are hard. It really, a lot of that spoke to me because of what I had just been through. Is your hard, is it loss? Is it loss of some kind? Is it loss of dreams? Is it loss of finances? Is it someone you love? It's so weird. I just found out today that my aunt died, my mom's sister, within a month of each other. And, it's just crazy how life happens. So is it a loss of someone you love? Is it a job? We get discouraged every single day, and it can wear you down, and it can be so hard, and you can let it be hard, or you can change your mindset. And honestly, even coming home yesterday, I was so mentally drained. I was so glad that Melissa decided to not do Zoom last night, because we had talked about that, because my mind was mush. But I woke up this morning and I was like, it's about a mindset. It's about taking every thought captive. We were created to make a difference. We were created to be different. We are set apart as believers. And I really am trying to take away from this weekend the fact that we are here to make a difference. And we need to, I loved the quote this weekend, leave someone better than they were. And I just loved that. And it really spoke to me. Leave someone better than they were before. And so, whether your heart is, whatever it is that you're going through, just try and take that thought captive and dismiss it and move forward in a positive, a positive way. And I think one of the things that we need to do is, our thoughts guide our actions. We need to choose the people to whom we listen to. We need to choose the people to, we need to be very intentional about what's going in to our heads. So, we're all going to fail. I do it regularly, all the time. But if we are constantly focused, laser focused on the goal, we can get past whatever the hard part is. And so, I don't know. That's it. That's all I can take. I mean, it was so much, but that's my tidbit.
I love that. I love leaving someone better than they found them, and that's what every single day. That's one of my goals. I just pray that the Lord puts somebody in my life that I can bless, and I think if we all do that, it'll make us better in the process. So thank you, Jenny, for that. Kendra, you're after Dawn. I can't hear you.
Can't hear me.
I can now. I can now. I don't know what that was all about.
There's somebody else.
Okay, I can hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. I can't hear you though. Are you muted? Okay. Did you say that? I don't know. Anyways, okay. So the thing that resonated with me was basically what the whole weekend was based on, and that was getting back to basics. Quit trying to
You cut off. I don't know what's going on.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I keep hitting this screen to get it off and it keeps cutting out. Sorry about that. But anyways, getting back to basics, getting back to the fundamentals, getting back to, like Lacey, she did the quick start. That is what we need to concentrate on when we get these people started. They're excited. They're having good results. They're 8-day. And when they are excited, we've got to get them to share. We've got to get into their funnel. We've got to get them in and get them a few extra dollars or get their products paid for. So getting back to the basics and quit making it so hard. I know as for myself now, and God knows I'm no experienced person at all, but I know I'm trying to give people too much information and it's confusing them. And as we all know, confused people do nothing. Confused distributors do nothing. That's all pounded in our head. So I think that was the biggest thing is Lacey talked about getting their quick start, getting them to think about who's there for ride or dies, who's there for that's going to, as Robin Packer says, bury a body in the middle of the night or change a tire or something like that. Who are those people that we can get into that doesn't want to get skinny without us, that doesn't want to get healthy, doesn't want to be left out when we get healthy or when we, that sort of thing. So getting into that funnel is very, very important, and getting them, getting that quick start. So that was probably the biggest thing that really hit home to me that I'm not doing, that I'm having issues with, as far as just building a team and getting that going. And then another thing, which everybody knows, and we've got to have a why. We've got to have a why we're doing this. I won't go into mine, but mine definitely makes me cry and makes me crack, and keeps me driven. When we get into those low spots, we've got to have something to push us through to get us going. Not that we're just helping people and not that we're making some extra money and getting our products paid for, but there's got to be a reason why we're doing this, and whatever it is, and it's going to change. Mine has not changed, but I haven't been in it long enough. But it is okay for that why to change, and it might be to get your products paid for, but then again, it might to get your mother out of where she's having to work. And that's what my why is that my 72-year-old mother is not having to work to make ends meet to pay her bills. So anyways, so that was my takeaways on it.
Thank you, girl. Kendra?
Very quickly, because I am at post. The thing that constantly resonates with me is the art of duplication. And I appreciated the new information that we received about duplication and about the formats that we all use. And in fact, what was amazing was that while Bija and I were getting ready to get on the air, or actually we were on the airplane, and we ended up sitting apart. She was talking to another person that had been at the conference who was from Texas, and they also use maybe not exactly the same format of messaging and contacting, but the fact that it was a basic format, I thought, wow, that's a duplication. That's a duplication all the way across the country. The new aspect of the Share app that we have, and if you all haven't downloaded your Share app, or if you're new and you don't know what it is, get with your upline. But that Share app is freaking awesome. And it starts off with some brand new things about how to be brief, how to duplicate, how to get somebody to a quick start, how that propels them to manager, and then you do it again. You just do the same 3 little steps over and over and over again, and that's going to grow your business as long as you follow the formats of duplication provided by your upline. And with the support and the encouragement that we have in this group, in our X-Team Adventure group, there's no reason that we all can't be climbing up that ladder. I mean, I know I've been on the phone today, and I was on the phone last night when I got home, and I was messaging, and I just am so fired up about duplication. And that's so silly, but it's so simple, and that's one of the basics that that we all picked up from or picked up again going through this event. And that event, by the way, try. Y'all got to get to that next event in Vegas. It's gonna be phenomenal. I guess that's all I have to say is do your Share app, go through and look at that, take the time to look at the points for duplication, take the time to incorporate that duplicative process in with your contacts on a day-to-day basis. Somebody's going to say, I want what you have. And that somebody is going to go, wow, I need this. I need to share it with my friends. All of the duplication stuff that we've all, that Jenny has talked about, that Dawn has talked about, so that Melissa talks about every single time. So I'm going to get off now. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, girl. Appreciate you very much. Kendra's at work. She works overnight. So the next 3 is going to be Nikita. So Nikita, I don't know. Oh, yeah, there she is. Hey, beautiful. And this was Nikita's very first event. So I want you to, talk about that a little bit. How you felt about the culture.
Okay, can you hear me? All right, so yeah, it's my very first live video chat, not with my kids too, so y'all bear with me. I'm going to talk about the diseases of negativity, and that was from our co-founder speaker, Rudy Reback, and he was probably, and that's a big thing to say because it was a wonderful weekend of speakers, but he was probably one of my favorites. He's a great storyteller. He did a great job bringing our business into just the things that we face in day-to-day life, and that's, the diseases of negativity. And these diseases of negativity, he named 6 that they steal our time, our joy, our energy, efficiency, and they will misdirect us from our vision. And that those are pessimist, dealing with a pessimist, and that will take your energy and your time and definitely help you lose your way, lose your vision. Worry is the biggest time waster. The only thing to combat worry is action. So doubt, whether it's doubt yourself, doubt your your vision or the journey you're taking to achieve your goals. Indecision. Indecision is a thief of time, and it will often just completely throw you off track from reaching your goals, because you can't not make a decision and be moving forward. Indifference. So being around people who just are indifferent about things and who don't celebrate with you and who don't understand your sorrows or try to be with you and help raise you up. Just someone who's indifferent and or being indifferent yourself is a disease of negativity. And the last one is complaining. So whether you do it or you know someone who does it, complaining will definitely steal your time, joy, energy, efficiency, and it will cause you to lose your way. So that's what I took.
That's it, girl. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Go ahead. Beth. Is Beth on here? No. Let's go to Bijah. You're muted, babe.
Got me?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey
Go
there.
ahead.
I'm in the Barnes and Noble, so I can't holler real loud. I want to say, first of all, I woke up this morning and was looking at the pictures, and I'm going to get touched. I had a beautiful time with y'all, and I came away really grateful for having gotten to know some people better. I loved when I was late and didn't get to sit with Kendra because I was kind of Kendra's Klingon all weekend, and sat with Nikita one day at dinner, and I got to know her and learned her beautiful heart, and spent some time with Beth and spent some time with Nancy and Savannah and sat with Rhonda, and I can go on and on about everybody individually who was there. And I was amazed and profoundly touched by the special people that I got to spend time with this weekend. And literally, it made me cry this morning. And it's making me cry now. What a nerd. But y'all are amazing people, and I'm so blessed to have you in my life. So first of all, I want to say that. Secondly, I did write earlier that there was something pretty much that was an amazing takeaway from every single thing that we listened to. And but what I walked away with was, and I actually am with a friend who's listening to this right now that is considering being a distributor. And we were talking about it. And I have been able to go back 6 months to before I even started Xyngfest with Kendra after her curiosity post. And I see a path that was so clearly projected for me. And I thought I was in charge, and I thought I was starting with Xyngfest because of a boy that I wanted to lose weight for. And then I started losing the weight, and all of a sudden, to make a long story short, I realized this weekend, and granted, I've been able to make some placements and I've been able to change some lives, but this weekend I realized, I looked in my little hand and saw that I had this thing called Xyngfest that's been sitting here all this time. I own it. It's mine. It was given to me a few months ago, and I haven't grabbed a hold of it. And I saw that I have this. It's mine, and I can do this. And I wrote some things today, and I'm going to just read it. I personally found clarity, seeing all the winners, hearing about all the commission, that I must do this, that I must apply myself, and I just closed the dang thing, that I need to understand the numbers, the trip rules, the compensation, the rank requirements so that I can set my goals. Right now, I don't know how. And I talked to Kendra and Bria about this weekend that I really don't know. I don't know how to make this stuff up. And that's what I would be doing if I put it in to Melissa. Melissa probably thinks I'm just being a jerk by not doing it. And it's not. It's that I don't know what I am doing. And I need to learn how to do it so that I can set these goals, not upon a wish, but rather with a plan that I can execute so that I can win my trips and I can progress rapidly and I can do it with maximum financial gain. because at the end of the day, I do need to be paid. I do need to live well. And this is what I want to do. And it's what I'm going to do. And I came away with just this ginormous blessing of being surrounded by God-fearing people that love me, that love each other, and love our customers. And I'm just amazed that I haven't grasped, that's a hard word for me to say, grasped onto the opportunity more so before. And there are no excuses, and it's a new day, and it's a new year, and I'm excited to go forward. That's all I got.
I love that very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Stacy, and then we're going to, Terry and Christy, you're next.
Hello, everybody. So just like every other event, when you come back and we're asked to pick one topic to talk about, that's hard. So I am going to talk about vision. And, I've been on this journey with Xyngfest for 2 years now. And there's been a couple of times that I have lost my vision. And I tell you what, that's not a good thing. If you're ever losing your vision, you grab hold of one of us on this team and let's get that vision back for you, because, and go to an event, because it works. And we're all here. I've had a lot of life going on. My daughter just got married. And, so I was kind of, in la la land there for a bit. So it was very good timing, as always, for me. And I have my vision back. And Dawn was talking about your why, and your why should make you cry. Mine has changed more than once, and I think it has changed yet again. So embrace that, and it's okay if your why changes, but always go deep and dig deep on why you're doing it. I'm going to start out with saying that anybody can do this. And these events, if you have any self-doubt that you can't be successful, then you go to an event and you hear these stories and you meet all the people and you realize, oh my gosh, I can totally do this. I mean, anybody out there can do it if they want it. And, the fact is, if you can see yourself an executive with this company and you believe it, then you can achieve it. And it's true. And Kala had said at the event, I've got some notes, so I won't squirrel too bad, but a vision without a strategy is a nightmare. And that's so true, because we can write our goals down all day long, but if we don't break it down and come up with a strategy on how exactly we're going to hit that goal, then it is a nightmare, and it usually doesn't come to fruition. So I'm really good. One thing that I learned and that I've got to get better at is, if I'm going to take all these notes and have all these epiphanies and everything awesome, I have to get at home and put it into action, not leave it in the notebook. So that's big. So small, consistent steps will take you there. Just like Kendra was talking about the super simple 3 steps. You just repeat those steps over and over and over. Make goals, make a game plan, make a strategy, make small attainable goals, and get there step by step. And when you do that on a consistent basis, all of a sudden you look like you're an overnight success. So I love that, because people are watching you. And as long as you're being consistent and you're never quitting, they have no idea how fast-tracked you were to executive. But to them, it looks like overnight you became a success. I don't care if it took you 5 years. You're all of a sudden, because you did the right things every single day, you became a success, right? They suggested to journal daily, positive self-talk, personal growth. When we're in these valleys, I think that's super important. Work on yourself, work on becoming better, personal growth, educate yourself, dig into Room at the Top and all of our amazing pages that we have training on. Listen to these interviews and videos of these other leaders, and connect with one that you want to replicate. Connect with somebody that you want to be, and listen to them and watch them and do the things that they do. Focus, work smarter, not harder, and always bring it back to about helping others. It's not about you. It is about helping others, not about how much money we're making in our pocket. Because I always say, before I even wanted to do this as a business, I could care less how much money I made. I was just going to shout it from the rooftops, because why would I not want everybody to feel as amazing as I felt? So when you bring it back to that, I just believe God is going to bless us and take us to the next level. So, it's not about us. So let's just go change some lives, and definitely do not miss Vegas. That's going to be a blast. But I love every single one of you, and it's always a blessing to all be together and come back with a fire under us, and I'm just ready to hit it.
I love it. Me too. I love the part about the vision. I'll save mine to the end. Gosh, I want to just say something after everybody speaks, but I'm trying to keep my mouth shut. Y'all know that's hard for me. So Terry, and then we've just got a few more. So Terry, and then Christy, and then Nancy. Bye, Kendra.
Hey, can you hear me?
And this was Terry's very first event too. And so I know that it was a totally different mindset for her after this weekend. So.
Yes, I don't know. I'm still exhausted from it, mentally and physically. I really am. But, oh, you guys, this weekend was just absolutely amazing. It truly was. And you guys don't know how happy I am to have found y'all and to be in your lives. And you guys truly are my tribe and my family now. So y'all are stuck with me. So I hope you're okay with it. But it was an amazing weekend, just so inspirational. And, I really don't know what all to say about it, because I'm still just blown away by it. But so many different emotions. I laughed, I cried some more. It really lets you know how much you want this, and how much you want to help people, and how much you enjoy helping people. And it let me know that I can do it. I mean, I still, being brand new, of course, I do still have, there's always that little voice in the back of my head. Can you really, really give it your all and do it? And, yes, I left there knowing that I, in fact, could. I mean, one night we were laying, and we were just, after we'd gone to bed, I was laying there, and it was almost just like God was speaking to me. Quitting is not an option. Failure is not an option. I don't want to. This is my passion. I have fallen in love with this company and these products. And so, but as far as what I took away from it, being brand new, there was just so much information that I can't really just say one particular thing stood out more than the others, but there was one that I really did enjoy, was Jana Dyer's session about thinking outside of the box. I know social media is a huge part of it, but I know that I enjoyed listening to her say that there were other options as well. Just pointing that out, because that's something I'm still uncomfortable with. Even though I may have 100 mutual friends with people, I don't personally know them to walk up to them on the street and say, hey, how are you? So I'm always scared to friend request people. And then I'm scared to put them in the adventure page. I don't want to offend them, or I don't know. That's just way out of my comfort zone. So it was nice to listen to a few other ways. So I'll just kind of go over a couple ways that Jana had mentioned. She started out by just saying, people are our business. Just go out and meet people and be human. Strike up a conversation with somebody, maybe pay them a compliment to get them talking, and then just have a conversation with them. Then you can connect, whether it be on Facebook or by phone or Messenger, but just a lot of one-on-one contact with people. Get out and meet people. Samples, that was something I liked. So I went ahead and bought some samples at the store, spent way too much money at the store. But anyways, so I bought some trim sticks. I'm going to try giving those out as samples. And, but I liked what she said also about accountability. That would be a good way to get people's numbers, or, contact information, say, hey, I'm going to give you a sample, but I really need to keep up with who, what all I'm giving out and who all I'm giving it out to. So that was a good idea. And home parties, that's something I'm really going to try to start doing, was having a lot of home parties. And I won't get into that in detail because I know that's what Nancy is going to discuss, parties also. So, but that's just another option to do. So, but overall, it was an incredible weekend. Oh, and I did love that corporate mentioned that they were going to put out the video, like for the home parties that we can set up and let people watch. That will help, because being a new distributor, I think that'll help take the pressure off of us a little more. Feeling like we had to know everything right then, when we don't, because it is a big learning curve. It truly is. But so it was just an incredible weekend. It really was, and learned a lot. So now I just have to put it to use.
Well, I am really, really excited that you went with us, and that you have found your tribe, and that you have already decided that you're in and you're not going to quit, because if you did, I would have to come to Alabama and hunt you down, because I ain't going to let you. So, Christy, are you on? I don't see. Yeah, there she is.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hi, we can hear you.
Okay. So I know a lot of people talked about a lot of things that I wanted to talk about. So I just made some notes. And I got to say, probably the main thing that I walked away with was being intentional and focusing. And there were a lot of things that kind of guided me in that direction. It's funny, Terry mentioned Jana Dyer, and she did the wheel, and one of the things that she pointed out, and everybody in the company talks about this, and all Room to the Top, they talk about it everywhere, is you have to focus on you first and your personal development and getting you where you need to be first. And so that was one thing. But the other focus needs to be on helping people and looking for ways to solve problems for them. And that doesn't mean solve their problems, but look at ways that you can word things so that you are listening to what they're telling you they need, and you word it so that you are saying, hey, we can help solve your problems in whatever way. You got to touch your business every day, and whatever that means for you depends on who you are. I know there's a lot of people on this team that work 8, 10, 12, I don't know, maybe you, Melissa, 24 hours a day. I'm not sure you sleep. But whatever that means for you, you have to decide you're going to do that, and then make your goals and decide how you're going to get there. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're working your business. And I forgot who said that, but just because you're busy and scrolling through Facebook doesn't mean that you're working your business. You have to do income producing activities, and you got to do it every day. And if that's an hour a day, then that's what you're doing. If it's 3 hours a day, but you really got to focus on it, and you have to, my suggestion is time block, whatever you call it. But make a plan, and then find different ways to reach people. Think outside of the box. And again, a lot of things that Terry said kind of touched base with me. And that whole keep it simple. I love that Power of 3 that they put out. And I know somebody else is going to talk about that. But wow, that was amazing. And then slow down and show people how to do it. Slow down. Don't go in with your distributor and say, hey, you do this, and then you do this, and then you do this. Take them one step at a time. Get them to their quick start. Then work on manager. Then move on. And then the last thing I'm going to say, and I know this, but every time I hear it, I remind myself, 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. And Melissa, I know that's something that you say all the time, that, unless you die or just tell me to shut up, I'm going to continue to follow up with you. 'Cause 100 no's might get you 5 yeses. So that's, you know, that was a lot of stuff in a short period of time. So, and it was awesome hanging out with everybody, and I really enjoyed hanging out with everybody. And hey, everybody who didn't go to this should come to Vegas, because oh my gosh, amazing.
Well, we sure enjoyed hanging out with you too. And it was Christy's first event as well. And I just love that. I love that there was so many that got to experience it for the first time. That's something I'm going to talk about in just a minute too. So I'll just shut up again, because if I don't, I'll just keep going. So the last four we have is Nancy, Rhonda, Vicky, and then Bria. And then I'm going to give you my takeaways. So Nancy, go ahead. Where's she at? She's not on here. Okay. Rhonda.
Hey guys, how are y'all? Good. So this was my third year to go to an event, and it was, to me, it was the best event that I have been to. I just felt more comfortable there. One thing that we all need to realize, we deserve it. We deserve it just as much as anybody else. And I think I just really, in the past when I went, I felt like, you know, am I deserving? Am I deserving enough to be that person up there on stage? And you know what? I found out, and I know in my heart that I am. You know, God wants what's best for us, and He leads us down a path, and He's led me to this, and I know now that I deserve it just as much as anybody else. Melissa wanted us to share, you know, some things that we learned, and I want to talk about the Share app. I've not utilized it as well as I should. I'm real good about using the videos for prospecting when it comes to income or a weight loss story, but there's so much more there, and I've not really got into all that. But when I talked about it this weekend, it opened my eyes up to a lot of things. So you can share your contacts in the Share app, and you can weed out your people to where it's a warm, you know, warm contact, cold contact. You know, when you follow that with them, you can go back and see when you send them videos, if they watch those videos, that you can follow up with them from that. Talks about benefits of a subscription. You can send that to your new members. That's another good tool for them. The income opportunity, which I do send that one out too, but it's a great training tool for new people. It tells you all about the products. It tells you a lot of different things that new people don't know. It's a lot of different videos that they can use to train on, instead of having to go and, you know, search through the back office. And you also have links to your back office there, links to the Founders Club, links to the Passport program, and you can tell your new members also about those that they can go to. So let's see what else. Oh, I love the fact too that all the documents that you can print, you can send them to people also. You don't just have to print them, but you can have those good visual for people when you have meetings. You know, the power of 3. You have how to launch a party, how to create a list of people that you can go through to write down names for your new members. You can send them that, and, you know, just it's a brainstorming tool for them. So I think, oh, and it also teaches you how to share those apps to your people too. And I thought that was a really good tool. If you don't know how to do it, it teaches you how to do it. So basically, that's about the notes that I took, just to make sure that I told exactly, you know, what is there. Oh, the product information, and also the things that they have for us that we can share on social media. You can share about one product. It gives you a picture. It tells you the information about it. And then there's also some good testimonies that people have too. It actually has their name and they've signed it. So I didn't even know those were there. So that was another great thing that, you know, that I found. So that's all I have. And just say I had an amazing time with everybody. It was great. Love spending time with everybody and get to know everybody a lot better. So it was a great time, and I'm looking forward to Vegas, baby.
Yeah, me too. And if you guys have not looked in your Share app at all of the new information, that is that was available, I guess, day before yesterday, and it's some really, really good stuff. Vicky?
Can you hear me?
Is she here?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I picked the topic, just get up and do it. So in my head, you make it so much harder than what it really is. You just get up every day, and like we meal prep on Sundays or whatever day you meal prep for the week, business prep. If you know Tuesday's going to be really hard, then figure out your 15 or 30 minutes and filter it in there and work your schedule, work your business just like you do your meals, and just be prepared. If you're prepared, you're going to do it. Go by the checklist, the what's daily activity list. You can get that done in a short period of time. So don't think it's going to take 3 or 4 hours to get that done. You can knock it out pretty quick. So just follow through with that and work on something every day, just plan it out. And as far as the events and everything go, you are missing a blessing if you don't go. And it doesn't matter if we're going to Vegas. It doesn't matter if we're going to Atlanta. It doesn't matter. Any opportunity that you can have to get with these people, all of us, it's just a team builder like no other. But when you're sleeping and breathing together for a weekend, you just can't even imagine the fun that you're going to have and the things you're going to learn about people and things that you just need to know who your sisters and brothers are and what their needs are. And like I had people on my downline that I've not met face to face, that you're able to sit there and get to know them, that you don't have that opportunity, a lot of times, because I'm 4 hours away from most of the people on my downline, but that won't be for much longer. But it just makes a difference. So if you have not thought about going to Vegas, you need to just not think about it and just do it, because you are gonna, it is our 10-year party. How it is gonna be every time is a blowout, but I cannot even fathom what this one's gonna be. And it's not just about party, it's about the speakers they bring on, and it's about just rubbing shoulders with all of them in the hallways, at lunch, at dinner, at the parties, it just doesn't matter where. You're going to hug them, they're going to hug you, you're going to get to know them on a totally different level than somebody standing on a stage just speaking at you. It's just so personal, you just cannot even imagine it. But just do the work. Oh, I know one thing that was so important to me, that I'm a visual person. I don't remember who said it, but when you are coaching your team, coach them like a GPS. The GPS says, go to the end of the street. You go to the end of the street, take a left. Go to 2nd Street, take a right. You feed them bits and pieces at a time, and don't give them the whole floor plan at one time, because it is so overwhelming to try to take it all in. Just remember to do it like a GPS does it. And I think we're all going to be successful in leading our teams if we remember, we say it all the time, keep it simple, keep it stupid simple. But relating it to a GPS just really just showed me the direction right there. So it's amazing. Sign up, go with us. It's so much fun.
I loved that too. I loved, because that's one of the things that I think so important is spoon feeding. And that was such a great analogy to me too. So Bria, you want to, last one. Let's go, sister.
Okay, I gotcha. One thing that stood out to me, I'm going to talk about QSB really quick after this, but one thing that stands out to me is from someone who loves Jesus. Almost every single speaker had a verse, talked about God led me here, God brings people into your business, pray for your business in the morning. Almost every single speaker. And I just, I've never worked for anybody or worked with any amount of people that have such a commonality of loving God and wanting to bless people and change their lives. And it was more profound for me this time, just because I felt like literally every single speaker had something to do with that. And I know Dawn's already talked about this, but just from what I wrote down, Lacey and what's his name, Ryan? Yeah, sorry, Ryan talked about it. And so when you first sign somebody up, you help them immediately to get their quick start bonus. That could look different for everybody. It could be a Facebook party. It can be a face-to-face meeting. You can get people on the phone, chat, get them quickly to quick start bonus. And those people that are part of your quick start bonus, I'm talking about the new person, if you can help them get 3 of those people to get their quick start bonus, you're already at silver manager. So you've already helped them get quick start bonus, manager, silver manager pretty rapidly from just the art of duplicating and focusing on getting everyone you sign up their quick start bonus. So I thought that was really cool, and then do it again and again. One thing I wanted to mention is the manager school. I'm so excited about that. That was in that same presentation they talked about at the end. So anybody that hits the rank of manager starting the first Thursday in November can get on. He said it was going to be a Zoom. I don't know for sure, but he said it was going to be a Zoom. You can register for it, and it's going to be most likely the first Thursday of every single month. And it's going to have different leaders in the company. I'm sure the sales reps and people coming on and actually teaching our new managers, or you can get on if you're not a new manager, but it's designed for the new manager. And I think it is going to make such a big difference. That, along with all the other trainings that you have for us, Melissa. And another profound thing to me is a lot that was said has already been said to us people. Like, we have one of the best trainers in the company that is our own personal trainer in Melissa. I mean, I would look at her like, you've told me this like 300 times, and this is what the speaker was talking about. So if you don't know that already, we are very lucky to be on this team. And I had a great weekend. I had a first line and a second line person there, Bija and Kendra. We had so much fun. We laughed. Bija's right. I looked at all the pictures. It's exciting. So you aren't registered, which I already have my hotel room and my ticket for Vegas. So get on there and get it done. Don't let yourself think about it or get an excuse. Just come.
It wasn't unmute. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Bria. Well, I think y'all are a little partial because y'all love me. So that's why y'all say that. But I'll tell you what my takeaways were. And it just goes back. It's just a collaboration of what every single person has already said. And I just want to before I even say anything else, just shout out. We have actually one of our speakers from the weekend on this Zoom with us. And Cora, you were amazing, and you were inspiring, and you touched me, and congratulations. And I'm thankful that you were in my life, girl. So yeah, I just wanted to shout her out since she's on our Zoom, and she did such a fabulous job speaking this weekend. But one of the things that I just want everybody to just take away, and if you don't hear anything else, there's work with intention. Work. You just have to work. That's what you have to do. I heard, and I can't remember the guy's name. He was a guy that, he's a speaker, and he was a coach, and his name's Art something. But one of the things that he said was, well, I've already lost my thought on that. Hang on. It'll come back to me. But if you work with intention, and you work every single day, and you are consistent with what you have, then there is no difference in what you can do than somebody. Oh, I remember where I was going with that. So what's the difference in a man that makes $50,000 a year and a man that makes $500,000 a year? They're the same age. They've had the same education. They've got the same background. They've got the same job type. But the difference is the man that makes $500,000 a year versus $50,000 a year, he just does more of it. He just does more than what the one man does. One man's, you get complacent and you're okay with what you're doing. And that's what, I just want to shake people that I know and just say, is this good enough for you? Why do you get up every Monday morning and dread going to work? You've got one life. You have got this. This is it. One shot at this. Why not do something you love? Why not take a chance and do something that's going to get you further or give you something? And we sat, when we were at the Founders Club luncheon, there was 5 girls on my team that went with us, and we didn't have a table, and they ran out of tables, and we were sitting on the side, and they set up another table, and it's just like, well, why didn't we get a table and everything? And we sit down, and Robin Packard comes and sits down at our table, and we monopolized her time for about 45 minutes. And just the thing I asked her, I said, what's the difference? What's the one thing that changed with you between when you started and now? And her answer was, I don't have to worry about money. I mean, how awesome would that be? It's not like you have to, and that's what she says. She says, I don't have to buy everything. She says, I don't have to spend it frivolously. She says, I just don't have to worry about it. I don't have that stress on my plate. And financial strain and financial stress is debilitating at times. I've been there. I've lived it. I've been to a place where I have had nothing. So I know what it's like to want it and to want something and not be able to get it. And, I know what it's like to be flat broke. When I say nothing, I'm saying nothing. I know what that's like. And to go from a place where she would have $35 in her bank account when she bought this to where she's at now, when she, money is not an issue for her. To have that stress. Why do people get up every Monday morning and dread going to a job where they're going to stay broke on Tuesday? It's not going to get them any further when there's something right in front of them that we have that we can give to them, and to where it'll answer those stresses, and it will give them an option, give them another way. And that's one of the things that that I took away is just fear will paralyze you. It's the fear of failure, the fear of the unknown, the fear of not being good enough, the fear of just, I don't know what the fear is. There's so many fears, but fears paralyze you. And something that Deanna White said, that action makes the fear go away. You just have to do. You've got to be a doer. You've got to just take that step. And the more you do, the less fear debilitates you, and the less fear paralyzes you. And so working every day with intention is something that you just have to do. Tell people, don't take no for an answer, because it just may not be that person's time, either for the business. You could have customers on your team right now that told you no to begin with, but circumstances could have changed. Don't stop following up with them about the business either. Love them where they're at, but keep telling them you're ready whenever they are. And then, another thing is, you can have results or excuses, but you can't have both. So even when things are hard, is one thing that Jenny says, what follows the heart, even when things are hard, even when you don't want to do it anyway. Just do it anyway, because that's what's going to get you to where you want to go. And the one thing I want to really focus on, and as our team, and I know Christina is the same exact way, and I know that Leslie and Dawn are going to be doing the same thing, is focusing on Founders Club, focusing on that trip to Playa del Carmen in Mexico. And I looked it up and I listened to how you said it. So I wanted to make sure I did not screw it up like I did the last one. So focusing on earning that trip. Free trip for 2. I want every single person in the sound of my voice right now to go on that trip. There's no reason why you can't. And when you focus on earning those points, and when you focus on getting those people to quick start bonus and getting those people to rank advancements, you can't help but have explosive growth on your team. You cannot help to take your business to the next level. And then that's going to be a win in itself, but to get a free trip out of it anyways, let's go. So that's what I want to make sure everybody takes away. It's just, it takes work, and it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not going to fall out of the sky onto your lap. And, it's like You can pray and say, Lord, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. But God gave you the ability to work. So he expects you, he can move that mountain, but expects you to pick up that shovel and help him do it. And I hope everybody knows there's a $129 early bird special for Vegas right now. I bought mine today. I hope everybody goes and gets theirs. It goes up on the 20th. So make sure you get it before that. The way the Founders Club works now, this is the first time I've ever bought a ticket because I've always known I was going to hit Founders Club. There was not going to be any reason why I wasn't, so I was going to get my free ticket. This is the first time I actually bought it because they are going to reimburse you that $100 each quarter. So make sure you go ahead and get that. So it's $129, so you don't have to pay that extra money. And then if everybody did not see, the core has changed. We no longer have a Core Plus Accelerate. The core comes with the Accelerate. We no longer have a $199 system. It is $239, and it is called the Core, period. Comes with 5 products. And another thing that I would encourage you to do, if you do not already, get you an accountability partner. I think that is going to be the thing that is a game changer. Get an accountability partner. Talk to them. Find somebody. It doesn't have to be somebody you know. It can be somebody from a different team, somebody from a different line, somebody that is like-minded with you, that you send them your daily activity sheet, they send you yours, you collaborate on things, you talk about things, and you grow together. That has really helped me because I have one, and it really helps me. And so with that, does anybody have anything before we close out? We went longer tonight. I knew it would be longer, and I usually try to keep it at 30 minutes, but I'm glad y'all stuck it out with me. I appreciate it very, very much. But does anybody have anything before we close out? If not, we want to make sure we keep Kendra Ledbetter in our prayers. She is going to be having surgery tomorrow at noon. So, so please remember her in your prayers. And I am going to declare Ephesians 3:20 over this team. God is going to do exceedingly abundantly more than we can think or ask. Because we honor him, his blessings are going to chase us down and overtake us. We are in the right place at the right time. And I declare a boldness to rise up in us. God is going to open up supernatural doors. People are going to seek us out. We are going to rise in the ranks, and we are going to give him the glory and the praise for it all. And this is my declaration over you guys. I love you. Have a great night.
All right, y'all. Love you.
Love you.